Now, you've heard plenty about The Voice tonight on this station, mainly from people, of course, vehemently opposed to it. So let me start off tonight with something from across the ditch that might actually help the no case. Yeah, this is happening in New Zealand, but it's exactly the sort of racial or identity politics overreach that fuels resistance to reforms like our proposed Indigenous voice. New guidelines from New Zealand Health actually prioritise patients for surgery based partly on their ethnicity. This is actually happening as we speak. So when doctors and nurses work out their surgery waiting lists in New Zealand, they use a so-called equity adjuster score to help decide their priorities. It's a points system. And yes, they allocate points according to ethnicity. And you get more points if you're Maori or Pacific Islander. The New Zealand Prime Minister, well, he says clinical urgency still remains the dominant criteria, but he says the ethnicity test is there to overcome poorer healthcare delivered to Maori and Pacifica patients in the past.
And I've asked the Minister of Health to look at that to make sure that there is a reassurance that we're not replacing one form of discrimination with another. That actually this is about making sure that everybody is treated equally, and a recognition that at the moment they haven't been.
Oh dear, stay tuned on this one, hey, give us a break. This is just too much. Just assess the medical need. Ethnicity should have no place in medical decisions like this. Which brings me to The Voice. Critics use overreach like this every day, of course, to undermine The Voice, even though it's completely unrelated. Arguments unrelated to The Voice, they try and play into The Voice debate. And yes, I know the No campaigners say The Voice bestows a special privilege. But that's simply not true, because The Voice is just about giving Indigenous Australians who clearly have specific issues a non-binding say on issues that affect them. Voice opponents continue to try to frighten people about The Voice, running a scare about how it will undermine democracy, even though it has no power and it's only advisory. I mean, that's their scare campaign exposed right there with that one clear fact, isn't it? Anyway, one No campaigner is the rogue Senator Lydia Thorpe, and she's also right over the top when she explains why she's against The Voice. Thorpe says it's a sop. She hates the fact it won't have any power.
To recognise First Peoples' sovereignty in this country will dissolve this colonial, violent institution that we're all in right now. That's why you won't acknowledge sovereignty in the racist Australian Constitution. This is a colonial institution with colonial laws. I'm here, yes, I'm here to infiltrate it, to rattle the cages, to destroy the white supremacy that is represented in this place.
Senator.
Yeah. She resents Australian sovereignty and our Constitution, but she doesn't resent them enough to forego her salary package of about $250,000 a year guaranteed for 6 years. And yeah, she calls it a racist constitution, but she doesn't want to change it. She'll vote no. So if you want to support Senator Thorpe, you could always vote no alongside her. But her complaints about it being toothless, they kind of unpick the main no argument about it being too powerful, don't they? As a yes supporter, I'm very comfortable being on the opposite side of this argument to Senator Lydia Thorpe.